Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. In this analysis, we're going to take a look at gold, US oil, and Bitcoin as usual. If you're doing it for the first time, and it's been helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. And I encourage you to join our membership platform on nfxup.com and also join our Discord community. We will share real-time updates about markets and other important information that will help you as a trader. All right, guys, let's get on chat. So here on our chats, we have on the chat of gold, XAU-USD on the daily time frame. So I'm not going to go too much about the fundamentals because I guess most of us already know what's happening. The global economic tension is still very high, and the whole Trump tariffs war is a big mess, and that's given us a lot of drastic reactions in the market, as we can see. We saw that last week, following about 1,000 pips drop on gold, and then over 1,500 recovery on gold. That was a lot of that was a massive move. So um, this week, I can't really see exactly what we're gonna do because right now gold is currently on the price discovery phase, and everyone can see that clearly because we're currently at a price not tested before. So there is no resistance. There's no known resistance that we can work with, and not so much major supports that we can rely on because the global tension is really a big problem. So the fundamentals is actually shaking the market. On the technical aspect, and Trends informed last week, following the last correction from the gold, we saw this happen. And on our RSI indicator, despite the fact that we had the massive recovery, quick recovery, both 3200 and give us a new high of about 3240. Um, Looking at the RSI, we can still see that price failed to create new highs on the RSI. That tells that the bullish momentum is winning out, and as always, whenever we get a divergence, we are expecting some serious price drop. We saw that the last time we had the divergence over here, and we like that on our chat. So when we had this here, we saw what followed up, a major drop back down. And also when we had that here between this level and in this level. So we saw the follow drops. So right now we're having the same thing forming up in our charts where we see price making new highs. Market closed last week and failing to make new highs on the RSI indicator. So I'm expecting us to see the possibility for a drop on market open on Monday. We can see price drop to test back 3,000 level again. But that's no sense on that. We just have to wait and watch what the market's going to do because if the tension continues, there's a possibility we see gold hold this level and just consolidate and keep going upward. So if we get that sort of consolidation where we have price at this level, we just see this, for instance, and we see the breakout continue, then that's likely going to be the bullish case for gold. And that's if this current the last tested support level at this 150 holds. It's more like just a minor support. If it holds, then we can get this formation happen. And but if it doesn't hold, I'm going to complete this. That's one possibility. Yeah. So if it doesn't hold, they likely will see price drop down. And last week we took out our long-term ascending channel. I'm going to put that back in to see the possibility we could get. So while we still have that here, I'm not going to try to alter anything different. And we have our lower support. And I'm going to extend this forward a little bit. Yeah, so while we have this possibility stay in play, this tells us that the possibility that if for any reason gold fails to hold above this level, it could still drop back down and test somewhere around the midpoint of this level of the same triangle again before breaking out completely. So currently, I'm going to take this one out for now. Currently, we see price at this level, and the last major support pullback test was at the eyes of the last rectangle channel we had before. Right now, market is in a very irregular pattern. So I don't personally trade this kind of markets because it's not clear. There is no clear chart pattern formation. There's no clear indication of where the market is heading forward to, and this whole drastic recovery is not a really good sign. It's much better when market recovers in a consistent and progressive manner. So right now, guys, I'm going to wait to see what happens on Monday. We already have the divergence formation on the daily time frame, and it's very possible we'll see a Monday open with a drop and we get market drop way back down, or if the old threats with the China US tariff escalates, we could see market open with a gap and keep going upwards. And anything that makes market open with a gap, then most likely we'll see gold trying to test new highs, probably about 3,500. Like I said, we're currently in the price discovery phase, and that means that there is no clear indication of how high gold can go. Um, we we can only expect or act based on the report that we get. And right now it's mainly based on tweets and the chats that we can put our hands put our hands on. Yeah. So if this happens and we get this divergence formation hold, then expect price drop. We could see price likely dropping back down towards the last support level, towards $3,000 per gold. Till then, not much we can do. So the next chart I'm going to be looking at is US oil. So US oil is a bit interesting. Like I said, if you're in doubt, always zoom out. So we're not going to be looking at a daily chart on US oil. I'm going to be looking at a weekly chart, and the reason why is because I saw some very interesting pattern formation, candlestick formation as well. So we broke area below the support level on the daily. So I'm going to duplicate this chart and see if I can show you guys what we had there on US oil. So on the daily, yeah, we had this breakout below our support area. So our support area is somewhere around April lows, which was about $62 thereabout. So we saw price start lingering below our support level, and that's not a good indicator for go for crude at all. I tell you that most likely we could see more bearish price movements. But on a weekly time frame, when we zoom out, we can see something much clearer. So we have the pin bar formation, which is a very solid uh, bullish recovery or reversal candlestick, and this tells us that there's a high possibility that people close above within our support area. So let me highlight support area so it's more clear. We have this level currently as now support area. So yeah, so we have the support area, and currently we saw uh, gold, crude rather, closing within our support area, and that tells us that there's a high possibility for us to see price retrace back up to our towards like 60, 65, or towards 70 price level again. It's very possible we see that one more time. Or if this doesn't hold, if for any reason we start seeing price, start leaning below the support area, that tells that there's most likely we'll see further drop. So this week, I think a key uh, time frame to work with it would be the release of the US stock reports that will be coming up on Wednesday, I think. So if the report is out and we see a situation whereby we get results with higher supply than expected, then most likely we could see if this price continue dropping. But for now, what with the candlestick, there's high possibility that we'll see a reversal, and this coming week we'll see price the bulls take over the market and push price way back up towards the 70 level, but maybe minimum $68 level again. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that, and I'm going to be watching closely what crude or how this market is going to play out. So this is the basic we have right now on crude, not more than this. So lastly, we have our charts on Bitcoin. So not so much happened on Bitcoin. We saw from our last analysis, we saw price drop towards the lows of 70K, but we held the support level at 73K, which was the last major breakout. And like I said, we're also working on the weekly charts, always zoom out. So we got this level test, and this set as a very strong support level. We had tested it before, and we're testing it again. And I'm hopeful we start seeing price recovery because the market is really not looking so good. There's no strong catalyst to push the price up. So for now, we can only watch what happens with the zones, and it's very hard to trade on the kind of market. So I don't even trade on Bitcoin right now till we get a clear direction or a clear indication that the bulls are back in control. Right now, there's no clear indication. We just see market oscillate, test lows and test highs in a very slow manner, which is not good for trading. So yeah, we didn't get a test the 61.8% Fibonacci level, but at least we saw price test the last major breakout, and it held and rebounded. So now we're expecting that if the possibility for a bullish continuation, that will be good for crude for the Bitcoin, and we could like to see price start going back to 100K again. But for now, there is nothing. We're still below the 50% Fibonacci retracement level on the trend tool. So we'll just keep watching and hoping that something good happens. So a good catalyst pushes the market back up. So on a longer time frame on Bitcoin, we still in the bull run, still in the bull run. So we still have like 4 months left for the bull run to like max out. So for now, we just keep watching and let's see the possibility of what happens. So far, we've had a total of about 33% drop, which is really typical with the Bitcoin bull market cycle. So I'm just going to be waiting to see if this is the last drop we're going to be getting before a major reversal starts happening and get the last leg of the bull market. So for now, fingers crossed. Keep your charts open. Stay trade safe, and don't take too much risk on either of any of these charts because all the charts are not looking really good. All right, guys. Cheers. Have a great day and a great profitable week ahead.